Hi everyone. The Organization for Social Media Safety has sent out this newsletter, and I think it is in a sense of urgency that I am creating this video because there is a lot of content that we are seeing that is getting increasingly violent in our feeds. And even if we as adults feel that it is reprehensible, the kind of violent acts that we see on social media, imagine kids who don't have a context or are completely blindsided by this kind of violence being perpetrated on each other. It's going to be very traumatic for them. So please look at these pointers that they have given. So terrorists are planning to disseminate distressing videos, including those of hostages, through social media. So this has happened to me this morning. I was on Twitter, and as I was scrolling through my feed, I see this horrific video of hostages being set on fire by Hamas, and it is extremely graphic. I couldn't even, for 3 seconds, I did not understand what was happening, and then I realized the brutality of it. Two people who are chained and who are lit on fire, so they don't have an escape, and they are. It's just a horrific scene which will take me a few days to get over with. So here, if imagine if we are going through this, what will kids feel if they come across such content? So please, it is very, very urgent that we protect our children. The Organization for Social Media Safety urges all social media platforms to block or immediately remove any content disseminated directly by a terrorist organization. See, we don't know what the source is. We don't know anything about the person who is, or the organization who is posting it. We don't know anything. In the wheel of anonymity, we don't even know the person who is posting is the person who is perpetrating. So irrespective of whether we know if this is related to any terror organizations or not, if you see distressing content, our children should be able to know how to block and report such content. So here, if you see, talk to children about what to do when they come across violent content. We strongly recommend teaching your child about blocking and reporting. There are a lot of third-party softwares like Net Nanny, like Bark, and all these that actually do a good job of blocking content, parental controls and everything. But if we are not there, they're watching this content on some other public internet, or they're watching it at school, or for some reason their friend is showing it, they might still come across content like this. In that case, what do? How do you come to terms with it, right? So there has to be something that the child also has to know, and that is where you have to have these difficult conversations with them, because you might keep them sheltered, you might keep them in a nice cocoon as long as they are with you. But what will happen once they go into the big bad world of the internet and also of the real world? So if you see the blocking and the reporting, so here Organization for Social Media Safety has a very good blog post here. And guys, education is empowerment. It is very simple to be able to search for any specific platform related guidelines about parental control. Snapchat, there are a lot of default settings with which the app comes and the child starts using it, but there are a lot of parental control features that we can use to guide our child in a safe environment. So there is this blog post that I'm going to put a link to, okay, how to report and how to block. And then there are specific app related ideas also that we can use. NetSmart has this internet safety protocol that we can all follow, whether it is content, whether it is cyberbullying, whether it is any kind of inappropriate engagement with your child on the internet. How can you deal with all these kind of things? So let me show you a couple of slides that I recently used to do a workshop in our local Boy Scouts chapter. This is what I have presented in the workshop, guys. It is a free download. All they need is your email and who you are, in what capacity you're downloading this, and what do you need this free information for. So look at this. How do you avoid risks? Sending mean messages. From your end, what can the child do to reduce the amount of negative content on the internet? Okay, please teach the right way of doing things. It's very, very important. And visiting adult sites, they have a lot of curiosity. And believe it or not, the average child age of when they are going to come across a porn website is less than 10. It is very, very sad and horrific to know that, but that is what is happening. So, what can we do from our capacity, in our capacity, to avoid and mitigate risking any negative impact in our lives, okay, with our online behavior? Please teach them the difference between the right and wrong. Often kids don't do some things just because they simply don't know what the alternate behavior is. So this is what it is. Inappropriate content, adult activities. Get me out of here. Okay, so adult activities, violence, hate speech, image of private parts, risky and illegal behaviors. So there are so many cases of sexual exploitation. That is what is happening. Hey, send me, you look cute on your Instagram picture. Send me this picture, send me that picture. Once strangers slide into your DM, you feel validated. You're like, oh, somebody is taking notice and everything. And it might be very little time between the first interaction to when you start sending them inappropriate things, and you start sending them extremely private information of yours. So please talk to your child about it. This is a very good resource. If you want to go through this with your own child, I highly, highly recommend this. So please, guys, education is empowerment. I will post all these links, and please equip yourself with how you and your child can be safe online and offline and thrive. Thank you.